Hello, Smurflings. This is not a microphone, but it is today, because I don't own one. What is wrong with me? Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another video. And this is a little different, but some of you guys, after today, some of you guys are going to think that I should be in the producer office. I should be writing the scripts. I should be really out there on the Total Drama production team. And then after today, some of you guys are going to think that I should be eradicated off the platform and that I should pull all my hair out and become bald. If you're new to the channel, you should definitely like and subscribe. And if you don't think that you should subscribe yet, I think it'll take some convincing. Owen is the worst winner.
Who said that? Who said that?
Owen is the worst winner, guys. I'm sorry. And some of you guys are like saying Beth is right there. Beth in her season, she did pretty well. She played a great social game. She did pretty well in challenges. And she aligned herself with, in my opinion, the biggest threat in the game, which was Lindsay. Completely dominating the challenges. Like, let's be real. We all were shocked when Lindsay was gone. In terms of playing the game alone, Beth did really well. But Owen, what did Owen do? Besides eat, fart, and sometimes take his clothes off. I know he's supposed to be the funny guy and just the well-liked guy, but he shouldn't have gotten that far. I don't know why he did, but he did. But speaking of winners and finales, I do think that I have an opinion on who every finale should have been. In Island, it should have been Duncan versus Gwen. That would have been a good finale. That would lead up to the plot in season 2. And they both did pretty well, I guess, in their seasons. And I think that would have overall been pretty good. Moving on to season 2 in action, the finale should have been Harold versus Lindsay. We go off based on the plot that Duncan was the finale in season 1. I think Harold and the Duncan beef would be a lot more in that season 2. And Duncan could have been the main antagonistic role, getting out final 3. And then Lindsay, she was just robbed in general. She should have been in the finale. Moving on to World Tour. World Tour finale was valid. I don't have any changes to that. Revenge, Lightning, he can stay. Zoe should have won. Zoe should have been in that finale. I'm gonna be honest. If it was Zoe versus Lightning finale, that would have been completely fine by me. If Zoe is in the finale, we can scrap the trash finale that was All-Stars, alright? Oh my god, I'm cooking! The whole plot of All-Stars wouldn't have been that. Total Drama, where are you guys? Hire me already. Moving on to All-Stars, Zoe's winning, alright? Both finale people are scrapped. Scott versus Courtney should have been that finale though. I don't really have a whole lead up considering I want the entirety of All-Stars to be sort of reworked. If we're just going based on that season with that cast, the finale should have been Scott versus Courtney. Courtney deserves a win. How are you gonna give Heather and Gwen a win and not give Courtney a win? I mean, they were the three girls. They were the 3 girlies. And Courtney has been robbed and had the most determination out of both of them, to be honest. They derailed her so hard. Pocket 2 finale, I think is also pretty valid. I don't really have any preferences though, considering
It was Pocket 2.
Redonkulous Race, pretty valid, although I would prefer if the final 3 would have been the twin sisters, the ice dancers, and the police cadet. I do like the Surfer Bros. I do think they're very cool. Considering that they were out and then kind of came back that late into the game, it's just kind of like, did you really work for that win? As for the reboot, another valid finale. Backtracking back to All-Stars, I'm gonna say it. Sam and Sierra should have been out of All-Stars, but put Tyler and Dawn in. I know, you guys are like, what about Brick? Brick should have been an All-Star. What about Lashana? Lashana and Brick, yeah, they did. I think they also should have been All-Stars, but in terms of character dynamic and redemption, I do think it should have been Tyler and Dawn. Tyler should have been All-Stars because he had a coming up story, right? He had a similar coming up story in terms of Noah, actually. Both did pretty bad on Island, got out fairly early. Both did better World Tour, but then Noah goes on to have a whole second coming up story that improves his character a lot. And then Tyler was completely scrapped. He was flatlined. His coming up story was set up just for it to be completely washed down. And I think All-Stars would have been perfect for his nice redemption of his character development. And then Dawn should have been in All-Stars because she was robbed in revenge by Scott, because Scott is that guy, alright? You can't just mess with him and think that you're gonna get away with it. But it would be interesting to see her come back in All-Stars. She would have also been on of course, the Heroic Hamsters, which is why I think swapping with Sierra and Sam would have been fine. Dawn and Tyler, perfect spot for heroes, which was both Sam and Sierra were on. And it would be interesting to see Dawn interact with Scott again and have some of her aura reading on the first gen characters. You cannot say that would not be interesting to see Dawn interacting with the first gen people. Staying on topic with All Stars though, All Stars is a great season. All Stars is amazing. If you considered it a spin-off season, alright? If you considered All Stars a spin-off season and not part of the canon, it's actually pretty great. Considered it a spin-off and just completely for comedic purposes, I would be up there as like my favorite season, alright? All Stars was funny. The humor in All Stars was great. I loved it. But the piece that it is canon, and then you take all the derailment of characters, and it's like, ugh. But considered a spin-off, it's great. Total on Roblox is dead. At this point, you're only playing to get skins. You're not playing for the drama. You're not playing for the fun. You're playing for skins. Am I wrong? Am I wrong? The only thing that's keeping it alive is the skins, the YouTubers, and YouTubers' communities. You know, people who are within the community of YouTube. Still pretty fun, don't get me wrong, but let's be real. The games are getting deader, the people are getting staler, and it's just, ugh. All the Bridgette fans out there, you guys might not want to hear this. Bridgette is the worst designed character personality-wise. She was peak an island, and then she derailed completely. Not derailed as in she became super bad, but derailed as in she never went up. She peaked an island, and then she stayed her island personality. Well, if you don't count the Aftermath show, at least in that Aftermath show, we did get to see more of her and more of how she acts. But outside of that, she is just a surfer girl. She was great in Island because first time for everything, everyone's meeting each other for the first time. And she completely flopped. In World Tour, she was just still the server girl, except now she's cheating on her man. She's NPC. She is prime example of the NPC. Like when people, if you go on Roblox Little Drama and people call you NPC, like think of Bridgette. That's what they're calling you. A lot of people tend to forget this, but Dakota and Ezekiel's lives are forever lost. They could never go back to being a normal teenager. They're completely gone. Zeke is living with the mutants now, and Dakota, she now lost a lot of her brain, can barely speak. She is basically a mutant herself. It's just kind of crazy how that their lives are forever gone. Their teenage lives are gone. They're just stuck like that forever. It's kind of sad now that you think about it. Let's move on to Pocket 2. Topher could have been a great villain. Look. Hold on. Let me cook. Let me cook. If he used more of his narcissistic side into making alliances, but whilst being smart with it, but also still having like the little overthrowing Chris thing, he could have been great. I don't know how I would write him, and I don't know how I would go about it. Like, I would also need a lot more episodes to go with it to make him that villain. But come on, guys, can you see the vision? Can you see the vision? I know. Am I the only one who sees a vision? I'm not Delulu, right? Topher could have been a great villain. Does anyone agree with me, guys? Does anyone agree with me? I'm not saying like over the top Heather level of villain, but he could have been a lot better of a villain than Sugar. Characters who are bald, drastically improving. Okay, not drastically. Characters who went bald or just are bald are automatically pretty good. They're automatically good, and they automatically like improved in character as well. Like Chef is always bald. He's always good. Best character. Heather, she became bald. Season 2, Action, Bald Heather era, the funniest character. My favorite character, in fact, in Action. She is hilarious. Sierra, when she became bald, I did not like Sierra in World Tour at all. But when she became bald, now I don't want to say I started to like her, but I tolerated her. Like, I was like, okay, I see her. Although maybe it's also because she was eliminated. But either way, I do like how she was helping Cody, and she was very sweet and not like, this time she just wasn't like obsessing over Cody. Like, Cody was right there in her lap, but she wasn't like doing weird things to him or being super crazy. Like, she was trying to help him get to the final 2. Thank you, Bald Sierra, for existing. Now moving on to Stacy. No, I don't mean Stacy. I mean Stacy. Stacy, when she became bald, she became better too. She was eliminated. Like, look, she was eliminated. That was improvement, guys. I'm saying she was improvement. She became better. After beginning bald, she got eliminated. I think there's not much improvement than that. Man, that was a lot. But I think I'm just gonna end this off by saying best season, the best season of Total Drama is Revenge of the Island. Hands down. And I will not elaborate, you guys are just gonna have to take it. Revenge is the best season, and if you disagree, you are wrong. I think that's enough for today. So I hope you all enjoyed. If you liked the video, like, subscribe, comment down below your own opinions and your own hot takes on Total Drama. I'd love to read them. With that all being done and said and done, I think it's time for me to bounce. I will catch you all next time. Bye! Like, oh my god, what about